but we may be seeing the formulation of a game plan and tactics from this training footage from Gervonta Davis.
Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is going to feel something from it. And it ain't going to be easy to hit it.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has the boxing world buzzing after new training footage revealed a terrifying physical transformation ahead of his showdown with Jake Paul. The undefeated champion looks stronger, sharper, and more explosive than ever, flaunting a bulked-up physique and devastating power that's left fans calling this the most dangerous version of Tank yet. Many believe Jake Paul could be stepping into the ring with a monster in peak condition. Known as one of boxing's most feared punchers, Davis has built a legacy off viral knockouts and his signature calm before the storm composure. But this latest footage feels different. In past training camps, Tank emphasized speed, precision, and agility, the trademarks of his lightweight reign. This time, everything about him looks bigger, meaner, and more deliberate. The once compact powerhouse now appears to have packed on serious lean muscle, and the result is both impressive and intimidating, a clear signal that Davis plans to make a statement come fight night. Former heavyweight contender Eddie Chambers has warned Jake Paul not to underestimate the smaller but far more skilled Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Chambers acknowledged Paul's clear advantages in size and strength but stressed that Davis's speed, precision, and explosive knockout power make him one of the most dangerous fighters pound for pound. "If you're not a monster yourself, Tank will make you look bad," Chambers cautioned. His remarks tap directly into the growing debate surrounding the fight, whether Jake's size can truly offset Tank's elite skill set. For Chambers, the answer is simple. No amount of size or muscle will save Jake Paul if he gives Gervonta Davis a clean opening.
My biggest fear, I don't never want to get embarrassed. You know?
What you mean? How would you get embarrassed?
As far as like me not doing my job, feel me? Like I'm not worrying about nobody else because I know skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game, well, I take that probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV.
So what that got to do with you being, I guess, embarrassing? Like, cause again, we see you make posts on a story like the fight not happening. Like,
cause I don't never want to like me not doing my job like all the way, like me not training all the way, me not, you know. So that's what made me like. So I was supposed to been in camp, you know, and I wasn't in camp, so it was like, all right.
Oh, okay.
It pissed me off so bad that I was like, all right, I don't even want to fight.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is sending a chilling warning ahead of his fight with Jake Paul, claiming he could take down a 300-pound man with no fighting experience. Renowned for his explosive power and lightning-fast hands, Tank isn't exaggerating. In a recent interview, he stated, "If he doesn't know how to fight, I can handle him. Skill beats size every time." The undefeated lightweight champion emphasized that boxing isn't just about brute strength, it's about timing, technique, and precision. While a 300-pound opponent may have sheer mass, Davis believes his speed, agility, and knockout power would make him virtually untouchable in the ring.
That something like this can happen, but this is social media, this is what it's created. There's a lane that Jake Paul has created. Honestly, I'm not mad at him for it. He's gotten a lot of fighters and, you know, actual fighters some shine. It also has done for women's boxing a lot, so I'm not mad at him for what he's been in boxing and what he's created. This is a little crazy right here. This is a little crazy. And a lot of people will say, Tank is too small. Let me tell you something. Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is going to feel something from it. And it ain't going to be easy to hit it. Got boxing IQ. He may not sound like an intellectual guy when you hear him talk, but he knows the ring inside and out. So there's nothing that Jake Paul can do aside from make it extremely ugly by grabbing him and probably trying to throw him to the ground. I don't know what else, bite him. I don't know, but I mean, the skill level alone. Now, of course, there is a size difference, a height difference, and all that. But he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. You know, it's just going to look bad. To me, this is the way I see it. It's going to look bad. Tank is going to be too fast. And the punch, I believe, I'm not saying it's going to knock him out or but he's gonna feel.
Despite Gervonta "Tank" Davis's intimidating new training footage and visibly bulked-up physique, many fans and analysts remain skeptical about his chances against Jake Paul. At just 5 feet 5 inches and having spent most of his career in the lightweight division, Davis would be conceding a significant height, reach, and weight advantage to the naturally bigger Paul. Critics argue that no matter how powerful or muscular Tank appears, the physics of the ring still matter, and Jake's 190-pound frame could potentially absorb more punishment than Davis anticipates.
What do you think is the minimum weight of someone that could beat you in a fight?
Minimum weight?
Yeah, say someone's like 250.
Yeah, probably like 250, 220 or some shit like that.
With no experience?
Yes, sir.
Someone with no experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hell no. They gotta have experience to beat me.
No, but like a 300 guy, no experience. You think
Nah,
you could beat him?
I'm whooping that ass. I'm whooping that ass.
Many fans are already drawing parallels between the upcoming Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis fight and the infamous Logan Paul vs. Floyd Mayweather exhibition, another classic clash of size versus skill. In both cases, the smaller fighter brings far more technical ability and experience, while the larger opponent leans on size, power, and aggression. Just as Logan's massive frame allowed him to withstand Mayweather's punches, it was Mayweather's precision, timing, and skill that ultimately controlled the fight, a dynamic fans expect to echo in the Paul vs. Davis matchup.
All of a sudden, we want to know who will win in this fight, Jake Paul or Tank Davis. It's a legit question, and I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win, because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank too little.
I said, bro.
I think Tank's too little. That's what I'm saying. That weight class is for a reason.
Davis
that weight class is for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Dog.
He's too
6'1",
little.
205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. 135-pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30-pound difference, bro, if you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30-pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake and Tank.
Boxing analyst Aid Oladipo offered a cautious critique of the upcoming Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis fight, arguing that it happening too early in both fighters' careers. He pointed out that, unlike Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, who faced off in an exhibition after their prime, both Davis and Paul are still at their athletic peak. Oladipo believes this spectacle-driven matchup could distract them from more meaningful challenges in their respective divisions. He suggested the fight would make more sense later, once they've achieved more within their own careers. For now, he views it as an unnecessary detour that risks overshadowing their true potential and long-term goals in the sport.
Jake Paul, Tank Davis fight got moved to Miami.
I think Jake wins.
Jake's just so big, dude.
I think Jake wins.
This is different because it's similar. It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but Jake Paul now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at that moment in time.
I mean, it's just fucking sick.
I mean, yeah, no, but dude,
Did
Jake.
you ever watch his highlights?
Jake can crack,
nasty,
man.
Bro. He's so sick. I love that guy, bro.
At the press conference, Jake Paul highlighted his physical advantages over Gervonta Davis, focusing on his height, reach, and overall size. He noted that Tank's aggressive, close-range style can leave defensive gaps, openings Jake intends to exploit with long-range power shots, yet Paul also admitted that beating Davis wouldn't automatically crown him an elite boxer. Instead, he framed the fight as a step in his ongoing progression, a chance to prove he can compete with world-class opponents rather than instantly claiming top-tier status. His remarks were both strategic and measured, presenting him as confident yet realistic, aiming to earn credibility through performance rather than hype or a single high-profile victory.
Whether you agree with it or not, Gervonta is considered the #1 lightweight in the world. And it's a division that includes Shakur Stevenson, a lot of young guns coming up. I'm not any more sure if it's going to include Keyshawn Davis, but it's a hot division. He's considered #1 in that division. Like, that's why I kind of find this a bit don't know. Like, there are challenges out there for Gervonta. There are big money fights out there for Gervonta. We want to see Gervonta in those fights. Again, I don't know how many fights people want to see AJ in, just to make the AJ Jake Paul comparison. One, as far as I'm concerned, that was Tyson Fury. I don't really have any interest in seeing an AJ in any other more fights. Whereas Gervonta Davis, I wanted and still do want to see him in so many more fights. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. These exhibition things are, like, really and truly, they should all be when your career is done. Like, when you think of Floyd versus Logan Paul, done, right? Floyd versus Conor. Did he have one more after? Was that it? I can't even remember. But it was right at the end. It was done. Right at the end. Even if it wasn't. Right at the end. These guys having these exhibition fights in between what is the peak of their career is kind of weird for me. Very, very weird. And then it isn't even comparable to Ngannou Fury, because at least these guys were the same size. Like, Jake Paul is a 215, 220 pound guy. I don't know what he walks around at. Gervonta fights at 135. Guessing he walks around about 155.
I would say a lot of things, but I think first and foremost is going to just be my reach, my size, being able to keep him away. I think there's a lot of holes in his defense that a lot of people haven't exposed before, and he's a great fighter, one of the best. I'm excited. He's elevating me to a new height. He's making me push myself to my limits. I'm more locked in than ever, but at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be able to come out on top and outbox the guy who's been doing it for 7 times as long as me.
Jake just said that Tank has been boxing for 7 times as long as Jake has been boxing. They started out this press conference by saying Jake started boxing 5 years ago. So 7 times 5 is 35. Tank is what, 30?